Hey, you. Not you. The guy over there. No, move over. No, yeah, you. You think you're going to be the next great baker? I don't think so. You know why? I'm going to be the next great baker. I'll tell you why. My name is Tony. I'm 23 years old. I'm from Grandview, Texas. I grew up there since I was a little kid, and I'm just awesome.
Tell us about your business and how you got started.
All right, we're in the pastry business. There's actually two aspects of it. We're in the manufacturing, and we also develop sculptures. Well, the way I started was it was a little shop that we had. It was a family-run business, and since I was a wee little lad, I went and helped out. It was a lot of fun, and that's how I got into it. Then as I got older, I noticed a lot of these people started making sculptures. So I'm like, hey, I can make sculptures too. And I'm like, not just make sculptures any better than anybody else. And that's what I did.
How would you describe your personality? What makes you think?
My personality, I mean, I'm fun, outgoing. I love long walks on the beach. I'm quick-witted. I mean, people think I'm just overall great. I mean, what do you want? I mean, look at me. I'm awesome.
What is your baking philosophy?
I mean, when it comes to baking, I love a lot of it. I mean, just you sit down, have fun. If you try something new, just throw a little ingredients in there and go, well, bam, and you have something there.
When it comes to baking, what type of baking do you like? What type of things rub you the wrong way?
Whenever I bake, I mean, just throwing different ingredients in there, or tasting the batter, which is fun, or cookie dough in some cases. I love cookies, especially it's just so much fun and tasty. And it's a lot of fun. That, even the finished product after I baked the cake and just decorated it, and people are like, oh my God, that's so awesome. See, that's what I like to do. And the stuff that I hate more than anything else is after everything's said and done, I have to clean it up. Sometimes I get asked, like, hey, could you make buttercream with lard? I'm like, no, there's two reasons why not. For one thing, it's not very kosher. And second, lard, really? That's kind of gross. I mean, I think I've accomplished quite a bit for my 23 years on Earth. For one thing, I am an awesome cake decorator, mostly just sculptures. I mean, I produce stuff that most people wouldn't even dream of. Second, I have a pretty impressive collection of DVDs. I love my Dragon Ball. And thirdly, I excel at being awesome. You know what really grinds my gears is whenever you're out driving, then you know how they always have construction on the main highway, and they have those little cones that close off the lane. So everybody's okay, and they tell you like, hey, go to the left lane. I'm like, okay. So I go over there, I'm in the line, then the other lane's wide open. Then all of a sudden you see those a-holes going whoa, 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 and then over there, and they just pass everybody, and they get right there in the very front. It clogs everything up, bottlenecks. It just wastes a lot of time. It's a lot more, I mean, it really grinds my gears. I mean, I'm the man who I am because of my parents. They raised me right, well, the best they could. I grew up with my brothers. They taught me everything I know. I mean, they taught me to be tough. I mean, I enjoy myself, and I mean, I've done pretty well in my life. I mean, we always fought, we wrestled, like, and that. We used to go and just do little challenges. And one time my brother, he got my finger stuck in the vacuum cleaner. He was trying to scare me. He went and got the vacuum, like, I'm going to scare you. And got like, and like, It was kind of, it actually hurt, to be honest.
How do you react to criticism? What's your gut reaction when you receive it?
We're just some water, kind of. When it comes to criticism, to be honest, I really don't get it. Why would somebody criticize me, especially my work? And if somebody does have something to criticize me about, I tell them to kiss my derriere. I don't care what they think. I just get a grow a deaf ear for it.
If you watch it in terms of next grade baker, which contestant would you most relate to and why?
When it comes to next grade baker, I've never seen an episode. I probably should, but I never watched it. I mean, no need. I mean, I know who's gonna win this next one.
Do you feel your skills are better than the previous contestants?
But like I said, I've never watched a single episode, and I can safely say I'm better than anybody else that was on that show.
How are you gonna play the game if you're selected for the show?
And if I get selected for this show, I'm gonna play the game like a winner. So pretty much, I'm gonna be myself and win.
Define what kind of competitor you will be. Give an example of what would you be like.
Well, I'm pretty competitive. I say so myself. One time, for example, my brothers, we always compete against each other. And one time we had a little contest, see who can stay awake the longest. So after we got up, like, okay, let's go see how long we can stay awake. So after about 8 hours, I was getting kind of exhausted. So I went and bought some sleeping pills. I slipped in my brother's drink, and a few hours later, I won.
What is your strategy for winning the game?
Well, I'll do whatever I have to do to win, because it's simple as this. If you're not first, you're last. That's why you're going to be last, I'm going to be first, and I'm going to win.
Tell us about your food industry and baking experience, cloning, food jobs, cooking.
Well, for cake decorating, my mama taught me what got me started. She taught me how to bake. Then my older brother, he helped me in the decorating with 3D sculptures. After that, then anything else was just self-taught.
How elaborate and creative are your designs when baking?
I get pretty creative, I believe so. Most of my inspiration comes from movies and Google. That's how I come up with a lot of my ideas for cakes. And one time I made a 3-foot span wing for a dragon. It was pretty awesome.
Contest, sculpting, cakes, and using metal and explain a little more about it.
Alrighty. When
With the dragon, we got world release.
with the dragon, it was a lot of fun. I mean, I don't have a photo or the cake over here, but I'll show you. It was, I would say, about 150-pound sculpture for the dragon. His stance was, it was like this. His legs was crunched up, kneeled, and it had a hand like this, a claw. It was a 2-headed dragon. One of them had a flame. One was like this, and the other one was like this. And the wingspan was like this. It was pretty cool. It probably took me about 5 days to construct this cake. I mean, I even had the little muscles and everything. It was nice curves. I had scales and everything on it. I mean, it was just like really awesome.
Tell us the lyrics and details, writing jobs, hobbies, interests, talents, awards.
I mean, I'm a pretty well-rounded guy. I mean, I enjoy just about everything. My biggest hobbies are Star Trek and zombies. I mean, it's so much fun. I mean, once there's an apocalypse, watch out for the zombies. They'll get you. I mean, I even got a survival guide on how to survive from them. And also in my free time with my buddy, I like to go ghost hunting. I mean, with that paranormal activity, I mean, you never know. Those spooky homes, woo! And I even think I have some psychic abilities.
Where do you get your recipes? Family, friends, social, TV, whatever.
And I mean, baking is a lot of fun. I mean, I get a lot of my inspirations from ingredients, but most of my ingredients come from my family.
How do you make them your own?
And sometimes what I like to do is, say if I want to, I guess when I'm in the mood, when I put those ingredients in, I'm like, hey, I need to put a little more butter, a little more sugar, some seasonings. Like, hey, I'm going to put some vanilla in there. Like, no way, I'm going to put some butterscotch this time. Or a little nutmeg or something, just a little spice it up a little bit.
How would you rate your skill level? Beginner, average, experienced?
I mean, I don't want to just brag about myself. Well, I actually kind of do. I would say my skill level for cake decorating, particularly sculptures, is master level. I mean, there's beginner, average, expert, then there's master. No, wait. There's another one. There's supreme master, which is me. Because, I mean, I can make stuff that most people can only dream of. I mean, I can do anything. I can weld. I can work with a CNC and CO2 laser. I can cut out images, texture rollers, stencils. I can run a forklift. I can weld. I can run table saws, jigsaws, power tools. I can run pretty much anything. I'm well rounded with hand tools and anything else. I can work with silicone.
Describe the types of elaborate cakes you made. What's the largest cake you thought of?
I mean, I've made some pretty crazy cakes. Probably the craziest and the biggest one I've made was Jason Voorhees from Friday the 13th. It was 6 foot 1 inch. He was standing like, "Wah!" It was like that. But the real challenging kicker for it was I had to travel from Texas to North Carolina all in one trip, and it couldn't break or anything. If it did, I mean, you know how just even moving it 10 miles away, that sucker can fall apart. But I had to move over 1,200 miles for that sucker to even make it. Make sure it goes. So what I had to do was I had to go ahead and build a special armature for it, which will hold it up, and I had to put it in a trailer and had to travel all the way over there. I mean, I even made a box frame, or I guess you can call it a crate, and everything. It was mounted on there, screwed in, so everything would be nice and rigid. It was probably the most complicated cake I had to do, at least with the transportation-wise.
Describe your construction capabilities. What is the hardest cake you've ever designed and made?
Probably the hardest cake I've ever had to design well, there's actually quite a few of them. Well, they're not so much difficult or challenging for me. Most people it would be, but not for me. But I would say